Hi, I'm Kamal, and I will be your interviewer for today. So, before we get into the discussion, would you please introduce yourselves?
Yes,
Yes,
Nita, you go first, or you want me to go first?
whatever, you can go first.
Okay, I'm Rajneeta. I'm based in Rishikesh at the moment, and I have been practicing Reiki Akashic Records since last 12 years. Started my journey into energy work with Reiki. Then I did my Grandmastership one by one, and then I was tapping into Akashic Records on my own, doing interdimensional work, tapping into the interdimensional masters, but I was not aware what I was getting into. So I've had a very it's been always divinely guided thing for me. This energy work has always been everything has been given to me on the platter. And then I met Neeta, then we did a couple of sessions, and then I went into theta healing. And now I'm practicing theta healing also, along with Akashic Records. And I work with interdimensional energies, quantum healing, in a quantum in the sense present, past, and future, and working with core beliefs and the patterns and the energies and uh, and as we progressed, I realized there's more to energy than just what we perceive on earth. And so that's how we work. In fact, I work like that. Yes, Nita.
Yeah, that was nice. So, but you still didn't tell me where we met. Okay, my name is Neeta. I'm from Mumbai. Right now, I've come back to Mumbai. So, I'm a soul energy, or I should say, soul alignment coach, and also an intuitive healer. And my journey also started about 25 years ago when I did my Reiki first. That was all for self healing and questioning about what life had in store for me. And I became a grandmaster in 2000. And after that, it was like just years and years of learning various things. I learned NLP, learned shamanic, crystals, um, uh, Terramycetin. Then I learned also Akashic, but I I was not good at that as Rajneeta is. And then of course Theta healing happened, and after that I felt that after I connected to the seventh plane, I felt that everything else was not needed, and so theta healing was what I concentrated on, and also became an instructor in that, and then started working with galactic beings, and so I teach Palladian light work also now, and I work with other galactic beings, and we, Rajneeta and me, together do activations for various galactic beings as and when needed, and we also teach that. So it's been a long journey, and today we like to give our share our knowledge with other people, those who also want to walk our path, to go towards the fifth dimension and above. So we, apart from taking sessions, energy sessions of healing and teaching, we also do sacred retreats to places of energies, and Egypt is one of them. So we usually go once a year. Last year it was twice, and this year we are planning for May and October. So, so yes, Rajneeta and me are a team, and I'm still trying to recollect where I met her.
We met
Yeah, that is
online,
what I
but
picked up
before,
on. That is what I picked up on. That is what I wanted to ask now when Anita said that she met you, but she cannot remember. So would you please tell me exact moment where you guys met?
I remember exactly. I was going through um, a rough patch, and we were in Amritsar. We were posted in Amritsar, and I met Neeta online. And it was somehow, it was like, although I had not known her, and it was one of her posts that caught my attention, and I just called her, and she picked up. And then we started chatting, and I asked her because she had put a ringtone of some spiritual religious mantra, and I was asking her, oh, you belong to this religion? And she was like, no, no, no. That I remember that. So this is how we started. That was
So
way 2 years
it
before
was.
COVID hit.
Is it okay? I thought we met during COVID when met means we met online, and it took us I think
Yes.
4 years to meet in person because we
And
kept doing
yeah,
all work. I mean, COVID
yes,
taught us that everything that you do, you can actually do online. You know, you really don't have
yes.
to meet a person physically. So I
I
was,
did
yeah.
during COVID, I did two workshops with you, Soul Journey, and
Yeah,
there was another one which we did.
yeah, maybe a chakra or something. I really don't know now. It's too
Not the
many
Chakra
years
one, but
ago.
it was intergalactic only.
Yes, and I would like to mention here that she Rajneeta also did her theta healing with. I mean, she did the
Basic,
basic DNA and the
advanced.
advanced and the dig deeper with me, and
Yes.
till date she is one of my best students. I mean, I would like to say that because she has an amazing visualization. Her powers to visualize is amazing. Like when we do energy work, we actually um, different people sense energy in different ways. That you can see energy, you can feel energy, you can hear energy, and I also sometimes smell energy. Yeah, so when you're on the seventh plane and you are asking the creator to show you, and you are a witness to when the healing is happening, or also when you're scanning someone, and Rajneeta would have the most vivid, um, vivid imagination. Like, you know, after it's all done, she could actually say, "Yes, I saw this bird flying, and it had blue wings, and there were streaks of green in it, and streaks of red in it," and she still has that. So,
Thank you so much.
so it's not surprising that we are both together
Yes,
because we complement each other. Like
yes, we
where I
complement.
lack, Rajneeta is,
It's
you know,
like
there to
whenever
support.
we're doing retreats together, what happens is, uh, I've seen it a couple of times. Even our clients have mentioned that, you know, the moment I stop, if I'm doing a guided thing, and uh, um, I stop, she starts from there. We don't have to talk.
Yeah.
And it's like it flows seamlessly. It seems as if, we've practiced it. Although all the retreats that we do is usually guided, and reading the energy of the people, what is required, what is needed by them, what needs to be done, what needs to be cleared. It's like that. It's not that we rehearse and then we go. We obviously we have our things ready, what we want to achieve in that, and what we want the people to experience. But sometimes it so happens
But
that
it's
the
not all
energy,
planned. Yeah.
yes, sometimes it's unplanned because something else is needed. The creator feels that something else needs to be done with the energy of the person, people, or the group that is in front of us. So at that point in time, we don't have to practice, or we don't have to, even converse about it. It's like, she stops and I start. I stop and she starts. She picks up from there or I pick up from there. And it's like a seamless session. And it's beautiful how it gels. And for the greatest good of all. And people who have gone with us on the retreats, they've all, they even after 2 years, they mentioned that, it changed their life. So it's heartening to know that how both of us can bring about a change in the lives of others for the greatest good.
It is fascinating to hear both of you talk about each other, because it looks like that you are like on really really good terms, and you have been with each other for like a really long time, and it shows the way you talk with each other. So
Yeah.
diving into it, like I am a newbie. I have no idea how energy works. I have no idea how Reiki works. So there's one common thing which I picked up from both of your responses, was that you started off with the Reiki. Would you, any one of you, like shed a little bit light on what exactly Reiki is, and why is like the base level? Like, why do you start off with Reiki to go to any other specializations you guys have?
See,
No, it's not, I would
uh,
not say that it is the base level. Today, after 25 or 30 years, it's become a base level. At that point, all these modalities were not there out for people to learn. Like Theta healing originated in 1994.
yeah.
So before that, we all had learned a basic Reiki. So Theta healing was there somewhere in the universe, and in Vienna's mind, maybe, or like she was not guided to do that. And I really don't want to go into the origin of NLP or Akashic or any other modalities that we both have been doing. Of course, chakras have been there for, and I mean, I think from time man was born, like humanity was born. But Reiki was the only energy work that was taught to people, or and it was never taught the way it's done today, which is done online with an attunement online. I remember my teacher was would he taught me first level, and I think he took $500 to teach me the entire Reiki, level 1, 2, and 3, and then a master's. I mean, what is it called? Teachers, right? Masters.
Yeah. Yes. Master teacher.
Yeah, the master
3B,
teacher.
level 3B. Yeah.
Yeah. And he told me that I had to practice it for 40 days, and then only I could do level 2, and then afterwards for 60 days more, and then I could do level 3. So the time was different then. So Reiki was the only energy work that people knew about, and that's how people have started from Reiki. Not that Reiki is basic, or it's like redundant, or it is like no more wanting, because there is so much evolved in Reiki also today. So it's not that.
And it's like, Reiki is actually known to be the mother of all energy work, because it starts from there, because there was nothing earlier. Pranic started later than that and all that. But the thing is, Reiki, and my teacher used to tell me, Reiki chooses its channels. You cannot choose Reiki, no matter. I had a person with me who did, we both of us did level 1 together, but she could not move beyond that. Whereas I finished, and my teacher was, I did my level 2 in online, but he was not happy, and he called me again for another attunement. No, he was like, no, you cannot have uh, online attunement. I don't believe in it. So you need to come and get your second level in the traditional manner. So I've done level 1 online as well as traditional way, level 2 that way. But yes, it opens your channels, and it opens your energy ways to subtle energies which are, in the world, in the universe, and you become fine-tuned to it. It's like opening your antennas. Energy has always been there.
But other modalities also are doing that today. So as you
Yes.
say that this was 30, 40 years ago, when only that channel
Yes.
was open for energy work. And after
Yes.
that, the energies of the entire planet, of
Yes.
the
Shifted.
humankind living on the planet have shifted. And so there have been other modalities that have been picked up by a lot of people. Picked up, like
Yes. So
people who have started, like Tita in 1994. So that energy already existed, and it's been downloaded to someone, and
yes.
so that's how you have so much more today.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, based on the word energy word, because that keeps on coming every time you try to explain something. So, what I understand from energy work is what I see on media. Is it that way, like you see on Kung Fu Panda or something like that? Is that energy work, or do you work in a different way? What exactly do you mean by energy work? Because I have knowledge about energy work is based on what I have seen on my screen or through television. So,
So if we go
Yeah,
by Nikola Tesla, everything is frequency.
yeah,
So it's like tapping into that frequency. And then, you work on the molecular level of that, atomic level. Every little thing is vibrating, that vibration of that frequency to a different frequency. So it's just tuning into it and bringing it into alignment.
yeah. So we are all, we
okay.
are frequency and energy. I mean, energy is basically the frequency that we are vibrating. So some are vibrating faster, and some are vibrating a little slower or lower, I would say. So we are all energy. I mean, I think the chair that you're sitting on also has vibration. So everything in this room has vibration. So we as living human mankind also have vibration. So that is basically what is energy. And so energy is what um, is around us, but yet either it helps us to achieve things, or it becomes a limiting block for us. So yes, today's social media
Okay.
is talking about energy all over, but I have seen that it's only I mean, it takes some time to actually harness that energy that we have within us to achieve what
Yes.
we wish to be, actually.
Okay, so energy is basically frequency we are all working with, and we all have that equal frequency, like levels of vibrations we give off. So if I have to put it in a Gen Z language, would be like the vibe you emit would be considered energy.
Sorry, what is it? Why?
The vibes you exhibit or the vibes you give off will
Yeah, the
count as
energy
your
gives out
energy.
vibes. Yeah, the vibes don't make the energy. The energy will
Yeah.
create a vibe, which is also frequency. A vibe is a word for the what the Gen Z or
Gen
Gen
Z,
X
Gen
or
Zs,
Gen Z.
Gen Z.
So the Gen Zs call it a vibe, and basically it's a frequency. So that is what you
It's
see. That is what you put forth into the world, and that also shows in your aura.
Okay.
That
So
is
second thing I picked up on that both of you had like in common was interdimensional work. So
yes.
again, the entire idea of interdimension is brought forth in movies like Interstellar, or the entire idea of Marvel, or say some ancient aliens and everything. So would you say that the representation of interdimensional beings or interdimension as it exists is portrayed in a way in media is actually correct way of perceiving it, or it is quite different than what we see?
I think it is a person's perception. I would say that it exists. It exists for sure, because there is life beyond our planet Earth, and mankind has only gone to Moon, and I think to Mars also, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know whether they set foot on Mars or not, but yes, we've certainly gone to Moon and gone to Mars around it, and there is energy. There is living energy on other planets also, which is called multidimensional beings. We used to call them ET earlier and aliens. And many times people want proof that I want to see that it's there. So it's like saying that you know that dolphins exist. So they are there in the ocean, but you put one spoon, like a spoon into the ocean, and you take some water from the ocean, and there's no dolphin in that spoon. So you say, see, dolphins don't exist. So that is how most of the people are saying that, oh, it's not there because you didn't see it in that spoon that you held, that water that you took from that ocean. It doesn't mean that ocean doesn't have dolphins. So yes, there are beings which have, I think after 2012, they have started, they were connecting to us earlier also, but they have more so started connecting because humans are ready for it now.
Yes.
So,
And
so
even the
yeah,
Earth's
when Rajneeta
frequency.
and me speak about interdimensional, people don't laugh at us. They actually
Yes.
show interest and they want to know
Yes.
more. Isn't
And
it,
when we do
Rajneeta?
the activations, yes. And when we do the activations, people have actually commented, and they have all, usually whenever we're talking and they, okay, something shifted and this happened, and how those beings, how those higher frequency beings started letting them know of certain things and made their life easier. So things like that are there. I'm not getting into any conspiracy theories or anything. There are so many people who have so many documentaries and videos on YouTube and everywhere where, it said, okay, Sumerians had this, there's a astronaut theory, this theory, that theory. But yes,
UFO
I'm
theory.
not getting, yes. So I'm not getting into those theories, but yes, I have experienced how when you are connecting with those beings, Pleiadians or Arcturians or Andromedians, or if you're connecting with, there's a certain uh, interdimensional beings which are just light orbs, and how the whole energy and the frequency of the room when we are working, it just spikes, and you can actually feel a shift in the
The
temperature,
presence.
even with.
You can feel their presence in
Yes,
the
and
room.
even the people, yes, and even the people who we were activating it for, they also felt the same, you know. So you cannot just plant an idea in somebody's mind, okay, this is happening, till the time they are actually feeling it.
Okay, so
So
I understand what you're trying to say. And also the second thing which I kind of wanted to ask was the quantum realm you were talking about, the time you keep jumping between. So what I have the idea, because I'm like studying psychology and all that, that with the entire idea of past, you go with past life regressions and all the entire idea, oh, you have past souls, you have past lives. So is it like going back into time equivalent to having a past life regression or living your lives again? Or what do you mean by that you jump between times?
I yes, there are past life. There is a, I mean, for people who there are some religions that don't believe in reincarnation of the soul. They just feel once the body is gone, then it's over. So without going into any controversy of that, I would like to say that the soul reincarnates. I mean, the body goes away, and so the soul reincarnates. So that is how you have something like a past life regression, because you go back into the past life of the soul. And by the way, Tita healing also takes you back into the past life, though they don't make a big deal about it, but you do go into the past life and you can see what your soul has done and what its lessons are in this lifetime. So when you have when you have a soul which is reincarnating over and over again in a different body, so that is also a soul that is reincarnated. And also there is it is said that a human being lives in 12 dimensions simultaneously, and it's your energy level that you are in. I mean, the vibration that we spoke of earlier, the frequency that we spoke of earlier. You can actually choose, and you can go back and forth from one dimension to the other. Like, you know, we have this a feeling of deja vu at times, and you say, "Oh, I think I've heard this sometime somewhere," and it has been said to me in the same room or in the same atmosphere with this person, and you could hear those same words. So there's still lots for mankind to actually it all to come out in the open, and I think it'll happen in the next maybe 15 years.
And this was very prominent. This dimensional shift and this quantum shift was very, very evident in Egypt when we went. Remember last time?
Yeah.
And when we were going towards Luxor, and the whole bus was in the market, and I could see the whole. I could see the whole. Envision that it was as if I was sitting in the bus, but I could just see the big boats floating by. And later on, we got to know that this used to be the waterway
Yes.
for those Egyptians. And from there, they would take the processions and big boats from Luxor to Karnak.
So
this
this must have been a
based
past
on
life remembrance or a past
Yes,
life
so this is
memory.
how shift. Yes. So this shift happens. And it because and now what is happening on the earth is itself is a living entity. So with this shift, with all the light workers coming up and they're anchoring the light and the vibration of the earth moving upwards, people are opening up, and the earth also is shifting in its frequency and dimensional levels. So that is how, there's a lot of past life trauma, whatever the soul is carrying, the imprints that the soul is carrying, which are not helpful, which are not allowing it to move forward, are being brought forward. That is how all this people are leaning towards energy work and shadow work, so that they can clear that trauma, that baggage, and move forward towards a better life.
Okay, so I have the question. So it is said that time is linear, yet it is not linear at the same time. It's linearly non-linear. So is there a moment, like you said, in your, like when you were telling about one of your experiences, that your past you could see while you were in present. So there is like moments when, say, all the past, future, and present just align at the same time. Like you have like three different things happening in the at the same time. Has that ever happened to you, or is it possible to happen?
Right. So see in the movies also they're jumping
Yeah,
timelines and going
jumping timelines.
they're going into the future and coming back again to the present, and then again going into the past and coming back into the present. So a human being has the ability through its frequency to do, I would say, a quantum jump into the past or the future, and at times also to change certain events in the past. That I mean, I think you can do that. I mean, I believe that you can do that. You can change your future, that's for sure.
Yes.
To what you want it to be. There is
And
no two ways about it. Yeah.
and what you're saying is, in the present scenario, what I have personally experienced along with my children, as well as other people also that I know of, and because we share notes, okay, this happened. Either time going too fast or time going too slow. That is another, it's another way of letting us know that how it is shifting. It happens that sometimes, you're doing the same thing, every day you've been doing that same procedure in 30 minutes, but sometimes it's just been 2 minutes, it's just been 3 minutes, it's just been 10 minutes. The time is not passing only. So this time moving too fast, and it's happening very, very frequently these days. As the earth
So,
is shifting, it's happening very, very frequently with everybody.
The energy
so
of the
why
earth
does
is
the
shifting.
why the time just stops during maths periods? That is one of my questions. Why does it start shifting during
Thank
maths,
God
or
we're
when
done
you
with that.
when you have
Yeah.
when you're eating something and then suddenly times goes by in breaks? Why is that?
Yeah, that you need to focus on. Yes, we'll work on that in one of the sessions.
Yeah. You're most welcome to come to Egypt with us.
Yes,
I would definitely,
Egypt was fun.
definitely.
Egypt was fun.
Yeah.
That hot air balloon ride was fun. Everything was fun. The food is so awesome. I love the food.
Yeah.
Okay, so I
So,
picked up
so
And
on two things I
it
want
was
to
like,
ask about.
yeah.
even the energy work that we did in
Okay.
the pyramids was beautiful.
Okay, so there are two things that I picked up on I want to ask before we move on. So something which Rajneeta said before, that light workers coming up. What exactly is light workers? As in, like, all the healers have a community and have a name called light workers, or someone who has done certain courses are called light workers? What exactly is light workers?
So we are all light. We are all, um, we are
Yes.
light. Everyone is a light being. Again, we come back to the same words of frequency and the vibration. So we are all just a frequency. So I am also a frequency of light in this body. I would like to say beautiful body. So I'm thankful to God for giving me that. And each one, so each one is a soul, which is a light being, which is in a physical body today. And so also this chair that I'm sitting on, or that you are sitting on, is also a frequency, a light, which is an inanimate, intangible. Of course, because that doesn't have a soul. So that is what makes human so much more powerful, that we have a soul, and we have a thinking mind, and we can actually enjoy physical things through the body that we have. But at the end of it, we're all just light. So people who do light work, energy work, I think in some way they are called light workers. Many of us have taken birth to do that. Like,
Yes.
chosen to come on earth. Though it takes many years for us to realize that. We spend so many of our younger years trying to run away from this work that we are doing, that trying to get away from this life that we have actually chosen to come on earth. Once you realize that, it is so beautiful. It's like the jigsaw puzzle. If you ever done a jigsaw puzzle, Kamal, you would know that when you fit into that one piece of jigsaw and you feel elated, oh my God, now I'm there to see this whole picture. So it's like that.
Okay, so you said we are born as, like, we take birth as a light worker, or we want to do this work. So when I was reading a couple weeks back an article regarding Aristotle and Plato, and where Plato basically says that there's a true form, or there's like an actual thing which is not accessible to us, which is like in another realm, or say you have that supreme form of the form which is above and cannot be reached. So is that what we actually have? As in that the chair I'm sitting is not actually a chair, it's a copy of a copy. So if you put it that way, so light workers would be the people who are just there, who take away from the whole idea of life.
What do you mean an old idea of life? You mean the past life and that idea?
No. Light. Whole entire idea of light. Light.
Okay. And entire idea of light.
So as in like we are copy of a light. We are not the entire light, but we are copy of that is being shown to us.
Yeah,
That there
and
is
see that they're
form.
actually copy of that. Like many of us have given face to that energy which we all call the supreme creator, which we all call God. Yeah, so and I mean many of us call God. I'm not saying all of them. There are a lot of atheists also. So that energy that is there is that what we call God is all light. We have just given it a face. I mean, a face as per the religion that we are born into. So we are a copy of that light basically, because at the end of our reincarnations, we are going to go back there. So we are going to become one with that light.
Okay, so I have a question. So since we're gonna go back to that light, where exactly this light is. So the entire debate which happens is, according to Aristotle, the true light is here in this realm. We are all living. We are just a part of it. And whereas Plato says that it's all above, it's not in this realm. So where does this light actually is? So how will you say that, oh, we are part of a light which we cannot see? If I'm saying, because I don't know what we are working with right now. So if I'm saying that, oh, I'm part of a light which I cannot see, if I have to explain it to someone, this light is here in this realm which we can see. There's like a true form which we all can look up to, or it's like somewhere in another dimension, in another galaxy, or in another realm, which just is casting a shadow on us. We are just the shadow figures of those lights.
I don't
understand.
think that figures. Avi, Rajneeta, you want to say something to her?
What I want to say is that is where the teaching part comes. For you to understand, feel, experience that light within. All of us are beings of light. Every person who is born on the earth is a light being. That is the spark. We have the creator spark within us. To experience that spark, we need to understand how that spark, how to connect with that spark. That is how we need to let go of our imprints that our soul is carrying. That is what we call shadow work or the patterns. We are so absorbed in that we forget that there's a spark of light within. So that is where the teaching and experiencing part comes. You cannot experience or say that you cannot see that light till the time you experience it. So for you to experience or to feel, okay, where is that light? It has to come from within you. When you take a, a guided step or follow your intuition or take any energy healing or whatever way, maybe meditate. It may be
Yeah,
just
actually,
simple 10
meditation
minutes.
also
Yes.
allows you to see that
To
spark, that
connect.
the light
Yes.
that you are. I mean, in like small sparks.
Yes.
So you do
Yes.
see with meditation, you see it with pranayam, you see it with breath work, when and other things also. I mean, you just walk out into the nature and you realize, when you connect to the nature, you realize
Yes.
that you're
It
part
is
of
connected.
nature, and
Yes.
that you are connected, and you're actually one with them.
Yes.
So
So for that,
so it's,
you need
yeah.
to expand your consciousness, and that is where the light workers are. That is why it is said light workers, because they are working in that area where they're expanding the consciousness consciously, subconsciously throughout the world. Even if I'm sitting here and this conversation, it is carrying the vibrations of light, and whatever we are talking about, we're talking about higher dimensions, we're talking about higher frequencies, so it is carrying. And in terms
Yeah,
of
and
quantum physics,
you don't need to see it, because you see, you have
yes,
already learned in school. I mean, we've been taught in school that everything is made up of atoms and what atoms and neutrons. What is it? Atoms and molecules. Sorry,
yes,
I need to go back to school. atoms and molecules. Yeah. So
Yes.
we don't see those atoms and molecules until you put it under like a microscope, and then you put it under, it goes into something else more, and then you see the atom and molecule. Actually, you see it being connected. Yeah. So it's basically that way, that you don't see it, but it's happening in this entire universe. You're connected to everything.
Yes. And
That is
understand
the
when a child,
frequency and vibration.
yes, and understand there is an innate, because our soul has been evolving throughout ages. We have learned so much. How is it that a child, when it is born, it cries when it's hungry? When it does not like anything, it can show anger, it can show happiness, it can show laughter, it can show pain. Everything is inside. It is not that mother does not teach the child, okay, now you have to be angry, now you have to cry. It is inborn, because it is carried on, and it is that spark of light is like a quantum field which is carrying those imprints. Nobody teaches, you know, it just comes up.
But they say that when a child is born, he or she remembers everything. I mean, a lot of
Yes,
it. Some
yes,
of the memory of the past life goes away at birth, but it does remember the light being that the child is, the the knowledge that it had, it comes into this birth also. But the conditioning is so much that you feel a child doesn't know anything, and the parent is teaching it, and you putting your beliefs into the child and trying to say, don't do this, putting fear into it, don't go there, you'll fall, you'll hurt yourself, don't do this, don't do that, do this, do that. There's so much of instructions happening based on our experience of living in this third dimensional planet, where we have picked up our fears, our subconscious beliefs, and we put it onto that newborn child. And how is the child going to remember anything after that? It takes many more years if the person is inclined towards doing self work, that it goes out
Okay,
into the world.
before we
As many
move on to
person.
the fun segment which I picked up from Rajneeta's answer, I
Yeah.
want to go back to the part when you were introducing yourself, Neeta, and you said something about seventh plane. What exactly is seventh plane? Is it connected with dimensions? Is it connected with energy? Or is it connected with your entire Reiki? What exactly is seventh plane?
No, dimension is something else, and you have a seventh dimension also, but that is something else. The seventh plane is what we have in theta. So theta's you have like seven planes. The first plane is made out of minerals and crystals and rocks. Second is made up of plants and the plant life, and also the fairies come into that. The third plane is us, the living beings who live on earth, on the third plane. The fourth plane is um, the people who pass away. They are in the fourth plane. Um, like you would say, spirits or ghosts or our ancestors are in the fourth plane. Fifth plane is where we have your masters, ascended masters, and where uh,
angels.
angels, and you have all the gurus also. Many of the gurus, I will not say all, many of the gurus there. And the sixth plane is where you have the frequency, where you have the sound frequency, you have the uh,
The universal laws.
yeah, you have the universal laws, then you have all sorts of frequency. And then the seventh plane is where is the creator or the god or the supreme power, which we are part of, but that is the one that is there in the seventh plane. Uh, and so that's in theta healing, we go to the seventh plane and we do a healing there. So the healing actually happens automatically, we just witness it.
So seventh plane is the source, if I put it in a normal
Yes,
sense,
source
like
power.
the
Yeah.
source of It is so
created.
fascinating that when you were telling me about the planes, it reminded me of something which I read like 2 years ago. Origin story, Navajo origin story, that how everything is built. There was a black world, there was a cloud, they all form, and how the entire creations of the plane have been written down in different forms. So it has been in our history, just it's not been explored.
Yes.
True. True.
So again, so listening to you, both of you talk about all these planes and all these energy works. So when you take seminars or when you take sessions or when you do teaching, so these are the things you focus on, right? How you connect with the source and how
See, it
exactly.
depends upon the person, what the person's energy needs to move forward. It's basically about movement forward and uh, increasing the vibrational quotient as
In
well
a
as the
healing session.
expansion
In
of.
a healing session, yeah. Yeah. In a healing session, you're saying, right? That a person, then you
I'm
go from
saying,
a person to person.
no, I'm asking as a whole. Like you said, you have like workshops in Egypt, you have workshops all over the all over India. You have workshops online as well. So in that, do you focus on a particular aspect on teaching sis, or do you form it according to the crowd that comes in? So because you know that if it's a big crowd, is going to be multiple needs. So how do you teach a normal thing or
So we do not, when we're doing retreats, workshops are different and retreats are different and mentoring is different. So what Rajneeta speaks about when she says it depends from person to person, it's when I
It's
do a
when
one-on-one mentoring. So a
that's
mentoring
mentoring.
go on for many months. Yeah. So the
Yes.
person chooses that I want to be most spiritual, or I want to have a higher vibration, and you have higher frequency to achieve things and to become a better person, to become the bestest version. I mean, that's our goal at the end of it. Mankind's goal is to become the bestest version of what we are. So that comes from a case to case. So you cannot say that this is the curriculum and this is what we are going to do for every person. But retreats um, are based on the place that we go to. So
Yes.
Egypt has a particular energy. So a lot of our work gets done there because of the energy of that land. So that land has like phenomenal, awesome energy, which helps us to evolve and helps us to ascend from your third dimension and beyond. So we do have a program where
Yes.
what Rajneeta does and what I do, we make a program most of
Yeah.
the times for Egypt is we tweak it every time, and which is beneficial to the people coming with us and to the energy of the land.
Yes. It's both ways. It's not
So
just
we do that.
for
Yeah.
the people. Yes. We anchoring light also for the. And Neeta, Egypt, whenever we go on retreats, we had a retreat in Goa also. We had a retreat in
Yeah.
Egypt. It has been multiple times now.
Yeah,
And
so she's asking that do we do retreat? Do we do the curriculum or the program as
it's
per
different.
the people? No, we
No,
decide
we,
on like we're going to do this.
yes, yes, yes. And afterwards, if we are guided to
Yes,
going by the
to
energy
add
of the
something,
group, if something
we
else
add it.
more than what
Add.
we have decided upon is needed, we work on that also. So it's
So
like, it's
retreats
like,
in
it's not,
India, like, yeah, sorry, I'm cutting you.
it's, no, no, it's not like that. We have said, okay, you'll get breakfast, lunch, and dinner. These are the only three meals you are getting. If we are guided to by the group's energy, okay, they need a little bit of snacks. They need dessert. So we go with that also. I'm
Yeah.
just putting it
Okay.
an analogy. It's not, strictly what we have. We go by what is needed the most. We add it
So
to
this is
the
a retreat,
whatever.
yeah. So Kamal, this
Yes.
is a retreat. So when
This
you
is
do
a
a
retreat.
workshop, so a workshop can be done locally also, like I do in Mumbai and she does in Rishikesh. And the same thing you can teach someone at a retreat also, like the ones that we do in Goa. So
Yes.
Okay.
I personally feel that when you are on a retreat, you have created a energy for the whole group together, because that's your soul
Yes.
tribe for those 4 days or 5 days that you're in Goa. And in Egypt, we do a 10 to 12 day retreat.
Yes.
So you are so much in that energy, and it is easier to learn and to interact and to take on the new frequency.
Yes.
Is
And
so it's
we
better
always
to,
make sure
yeah, to
that
have
we're
us
holding.
staying retreats.
Yes.
I think we have so much to tell you, Kamal.
Yes.
Both
Yes.
of
You know,
us.
it's like see, Egypt has all kinds of energy. It comes from a land where it was ravaged. It was, all kinds of energy. So our work as retreat leaders becomes that we contain the energy in a sacred space. So,
Yes,
it's like energetically we create that space so that the group, when it arrives with us and when it leaves, even after that, they're in that safe, sacred container. It's like they just get the
yes,
best of the energies.
absolutely, yeah. So when I do workshops in Mumbai, like a 2-3 day workshop. So like when I teach, even when we're teaching Theta, or we're doing a soul alignment, or you're doing a chakra balancing, and so the person comes in the morning, spends a day with you, and then goes home in that traffic and goes to sleep in that energy, goes back to that house with whatever is happening. I'm not saying wrong is happening, but you're intermingling with other energies of the members that you're living with. And then you come back the next day through the traffic with all that. And then you again have to reconnect to this energy. So this experience is different from the experience where the same thing, a soul alignment workshop, is done in Goa, and you're there in that energy. It's not that you're not interacting, it's not that you're not having fun. I think everyone enjoys in the evening. They go out and they are like, in the, I mean, Goa is meant for for the beaches and
Evenings.
enjoyment and having fun. So of course we tell them to limit the fun, and we also join them in the fun. But
Yes.
but but you're still in that energy. You don't have to do a lot of clearing for them the next day.
Okay.
That so that is the
So
difference.
picking up on what both of you have said before, Egypt. Before going to Egypt, not actually going to Egypt, but like start talking about Egypt. I somehow feel like we need to have more of these interviews because there's a lot to uncover, a lot like particular ideas that needs to be uncovered. But for now, Egypt, I picked up on hot air balloon rides. I
Yes.
picked up on energy work. I picked up on the entire idea that pyramid itself has certain energies. So
Nile cruise, Nile
I
cruise,
also
Nile cruise.
Yeah, the Nile cruise is also so. It is actually it's not like the ocean cruise. It's like a river cruise. So you see land on both the sides, and you're right there in the middle of the Nile River, and that's also enjoyable because the cruiser itself has its own entertainment every evening.
Yes. Yes.
So there's a
so basically
breather
it's
from
a
what Rajneeta and I keep putting them through the whole day with the meditations and the activations, and then evening they can unwind.
it's a
And
equal
one,
blend of both. So you're
yes.
not
Yes,
overpowering them or over stimulating them with the entire idea of energy, and then you also give them a breather.
and
It's
actually,
like,
spirituality is about uh, bringing back that joy and that
yes,
uh,
that fun.
pleasure
The,
in back
yes.
into your life. Yeah. So you
Yes.
enjoy much more because you've done a hard day's energy work.
So
Yes.
you have told me that you have quite a lot mentioned that you have done retreats in Egypt. Can you shed a little bit light on what you did last time and what will you be doing this time? Because I think Neeta mentioned during her introduction that you will be doing one in May and June. So
Yeah,
what is the
we plan to do
difference
one in
and
May
what you
and
work with?
May
And in
and
October.
October.
October as well.
Yeah,
Yes.
not June, not June. June,
Okay.
June we're
Yeah.
doing I think we're doing something else in June. I mean,
June
there's
is
a lot.
Goa.
June is
June is
Goa.
Goa. Yeah.
Okay.
So May and October is the Egypt retreat. So yeah,
See,
Rajneeta, you can say because we're going to do something extra this time. We're going to
yes.
do some um, yeah, Rajneeta.
See, Egypt has many different temples and different sites, and each temple has a different energy. So the last time what we did was last two times what we did was we activated those energies. All of those energies are dormant in our DNA. So we activated those energies so to allow for greater Egypt has been a land of abundance, and it was one of the richest even scientifically and wisdom wise. So I personally believe that anybody who gets called to Egypt is because they've had their roots there. That is why they have that calling. That is why you have a calling to visit some place because you have had a past there. So it is all embedded in your DNA. So what we worked on was we went to different sites and we worked energetically in accordance with those sites. And we had one chakra alchemy where we were um, activating the chakras and aligning them to the energy of the land, through the energy of the land. And it was beautiful. And then ancestral clearings and then the channelings. We had Horus and Thoth and Isis. So it's like when the deities of the land connect, they have messages for different people. So the channelings happen, automatic channeling happen. So the messages come forth and they are very, very different for different people. And it's like they open a new vista for them.
Yeah. So I would like to add something here that I get asked this many times that if you want to do activation and you're doing galactic work also in this part of the world, like in India, um, and also like I do my workshops even in US. So I got this query that why do we need to go to Egypt to do it? Why can't you do it here? Like the activation, the multi-galactic activation that you do. It's because that land has that energy. Like the pyramids are basically, they were built so many thousands of years ago. It was
Yes.
to it was a contact with the outside world. I mean, the other galaxies. So I think I see pyramid behind you, Kamal. So it looks like those three pyramids are in line, but there are
Yes.
it's like it's got I think 3 kilometers between
Yes.
between each pyramid, right? 3 kilometers, 3 kilometers. So you can't really walk it. So they are aligned in such a way that they connect to the outer galaxy. It was the communication that they had. Like they didn't have cell phones then, or they didn't have rockets or spaceships going there. So it is faster connection there when you're doing an activation there, and half the work is done by the energy of the land. So that is the most beautiful way that and they want you to do that, and you can actually feel galactic beings, right, Rajneeta? Not
Yes.
just us. I
Yes.
mean, us.
Oh,
Okay,
yes.
we can see. I can see some in my room right now, but the people who have not ever connected to any galactic being can also feel their presence there because they want you to come there and they want you to sort of know that they're there for you to help you. All you need to do is ask.
Okay, adding on to the question, the things that you have explained, what work will you be doing this time? Because you said they have chakra aligning last time, you connect with the land, but what exactly will you be doing this time? Like in
So I
May
think
session.
we will be doing the chakra balancing anyways, because for a person to be in acceptance, just
Yes.
buying a ticket to Egypt is not enough. Let me tell you frankly,
Yes.
or like paying us for our retreat is not just that you're going to be in
Yes.
acceptance.
Yes.
The chakra balancing would be done. It's done by it's done in various temples, the various temples over there, where it is dedicated to each chakra. So that chakra anyways gets balanced over there. And also we do
Alignment.
I think one of our first sessions is that we balance the chakras.
Yes. Yes.
We do
Yes.
protection. We do
Yes.
an opening of their heart chakra. And,
Yes.
so
This
that
time we
would
are
follow.
Yeah.
That
This
would
time we were
follow the
planning.
other.
Yeah. We have planned this time to connect with the ancestral lineage and seek the wisdom out from there.
Okay. So if I'm planning to come, if I'm planning on coming and joining the entire Egyptian retreat, so do I need to have a visa? Or will how that entire process would look like? Do I need to contact my agent and everything? Do I need to figure out on my own how to reach there and you give only the room, or do you plan entire thing? Do you just take us as a whole group? What exactly do we how do we get there in short?
Well, there are two choices. How do you get there? You pay us for your the retreat. You enroll. You register yourself first, and then so that's how you get into the retreat. Um, so the retreat is all inclusive, and the visa part, as you asked, the visa is you can do it on your own also, but we do have our representatives in Cairo who do it for the whole group together. So it's easier to do it that way. But if someone chooses to do it on their own, which is online in India, if they're coming from India, if somebody's coming from the US, they don't need a visa because American passports don't need a visa into, I think, almost all the countries in the world. So many are exceptions, of course. So it's like that. So whoever needs a visa, they have a choice of doing it on their own, or we also get it done for the whole group.
And
Also,
once you
so
land, it excludes your air travel. You just travel to Cairo, and from there,
Then the workshops.
yes, then the workshop starts. From the moment you're in Cairo till the moment you leave Cairo, everything is, paid for. Your excursion, your
It's
Nile
taken
cruise, your
care of. Yeah,
except for your
your
shopping and your
yes.
drinks.
okay, so if I'm flying, I pay for my tickets and then I pay you guys for my visa, and then everything living and everything will be on you guys in the entire
Yes,
retreat
the retreat.
package.
Yes, yes, the
That's very
retreat fee is all inclusive of that.
Okay, so if you have to give me a rough figure, if we for the viewers, if whoever is gonna listen to it or whoever is gonna see it, what is like a rough figure that person needs to pay, like minimum they have to pay?
Uh, I think it differs from the days that
Yes,
the days of
yes,
the retreat. Like if it's an 8-day retreat or a 10-day or a 12-day retreat. This time we plan in October for a 12-day retreat, and in May might be 10 days. So the 12-day is because we want to go to another city in Egypt, which is near Red Sea, and we wish to do work there. Uh, so we wish to do work like in Lemurian and Atlantean work, where
yes,
with the dolphins there. So we're going
yes.
to do that kind of work in October. So the price actually differs a little, and but basically it's anything from $3,000 to $3,900.
Okay, so if I'm saying
It's
roughly
an
from
all-inclusive.
2000, so
And when I
minimum, if
say
I'm
keep repeating all-inclusive, it means that it includes a Nile, it includes your stay in
5-star. We've always chosen 5-star deluxe hotels.
all your meals. I think some stations don't have meals like maybe a lunch or a dinner, because many of them like to go out and have dinner, experience things on their own. It includes also your all your transportations, as she said, as Rajneeta said, from the time you land into Cairo, it's a responsibility of the facilitators to get you to various places. And it also includes the Nile cruise and all the fun part also, like the hot air balloon.
Yes.
And, we go we
The
do
Nubian village.
yeah, the Nubian village, the also the
Valley of the
tanura,
Kings and
the
everything.
dance, right? That the Sufi dance.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
like a
Yes. The Tanora.
it's one of the cultural attraction in Egypt.
So it's
So
like,
it's,
you're getting two things in one. You're having a excursion. It's like, visiting a place, experiencing the place physically, with your senses as well as energetically, because you're
And
working on.
many of the I would not say many, all the Nile cruises have the belly dancing also. So it's included in that. You don't have to go somewhere separately to see a belly dance. So it's
Yes.
included in that.
Yes.
it does look
The men like it.
very interesting.
Yeah, the men like it. And we enjoyed it. We were clapping all the time. The men in my retreat were like,
And we are
dancing.
not allowed to do the belly dance then because she doesn't want competition.
Yes. But it was
So
fun. It was actually fun.
So if I'm putting further in Goa, the Goa retreat itself, so you have certain activities for Goa as well, or does that remain different?
Yeah, the fun
As in,
part
like,
there is different. You'll not have belly dancing there for
No,
sure.
no, no. No, I mean, like, as in, do you guys pay for, does the entire Goa's nightlife and the entire Goan parties
No.
and everything?
No, we are not going to pay for anyone's parties. We are, of course, paying for the entire. Only in Goa, I think 1 day or 2 days of dinner is included, and otherwise they can go on their own. So we don't have that because people like to have those 2 nights out, that evening out. They want to go elsewhere to eat certain food, certain kind of food. But
So
we
it
do
is
the
how-
activation at temples, right? We do 2 temples.
Yes, activations. Yes,
visits there.
yes, yes.
So it's
we
like
do
a day.
activations.
It's like a day excursion that we have.
Okay. So just a far-fetched idea. So I somehow believe that, based on what you have said, that you have some ways you can connect with people, or there are certain things that show up. So I was on Instagram because Gen Z have to be on Instagram one way or the other. So there was this entire idea that cruise also has certain ideas, like if you take 6 days cruise or 7 days cruise, so you have those entire retreats. Will you ever plan on doing a cruise retreat?
Cruise retreat to where to? You mean to Egypt?
I mean, like, not Egypt per se. There are cruise which start off from certain place to other. You live on water all the time. Those cruise.
Yes.
So during that time also you have retreats there. So do you plan on doing retreats there or not?
Yes, we do plan on doing that. We just want we want our people to be having an open mind so they could come out with us. We love to do a retreat in the air also. No problem.
So
That gives me an idea. We can do an activation on hot air balloons also.
Yeah, actually. But you know what? The hot air balloon, yeah, you can. Though it's like compartmentalized. Like I mean, we are like into
Yes.
different compartments. So yeah, but yeah, we can do an activation in the hot air balloon in the areas.
Oh,
I
yes.
so want to come back and have an interview after your session to know what exactly you experienced and how you work with it. But for now, thank you for joining me.
Let us still come with
And
us.
I'll try my best. I'll try my best. If time permits and if Egypt calls me, like you said, place calls you, I will definitely be there. But thank you for joining me today and shedding light on so many things which was out of my realm of understanding and
Thank you so
helping me
much.
understand.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Nice
Thank
meeting
you.
you.
Hi, I'm